This is Wreck My Taste Buds, where we eat stuff. Scrumptious from the 90s, because we're here for Wreck My Taste Buds, where I finally got my hands on it. We've only been talking about it for like a year or two.
In the most random place.
Most
of
random
all
place.
places.
So I'm here with Madison, my wife.
Hello.
The best co-host, some say. We're doing a quick kind of just fun, free episode called Wreck My Taste Buds. We've done this before. We haven't done one in a while. Mm-hmm. But we were going through Aldi, and we went down what we call the fun aisle.
Yes, you never know what treasures you're going to find in this aisle.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
You know, a lot of Hostess products, a lot of chip products, a lot of stuff. I found Dunkaroos, which I think we brought up like 2 years ago on the podcast, that Dunkaroos were making a comeback. They had always still been for sale in Canada, but in America, they stopped being for sale like mid-2000s, 2010.
Do you know why?
The sales just weren't doing good. I think like all the 90s kids had kind of moved on, and like the younger generation just really wasn't digging it. So they made a resurgence like 2 years ago or something, and we never really got our hands on it. I know that they're at... I think Cam or someone found it at 7-Eleven, and we were going to do an episode on it, and we just never did.
Got it.
And then, like, you know, there was a Dunkaroo beer out there and stuff, but we found the Dunkaroos.
So this was the same packaging and everything.
Same packaging and everything, yeah. Like the fun, you can tell it's like the fun 90s packaging. It's very colorful. It's blue and purple. It has like the 90s font, like Dunkaroos, right? And like the splash and all that.
Yes, we need to be like watching Nickelodeon in the background or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nick. So Betty Crocker is who makes these. For some reason, I thought Little Debbie's did, but I guess Betty Crocker is the one who makes these. And they're vanilla cookies and vanilla frosting with rainbow sprinkles. Now,
rainbow sprinkles.
Yeah, so this is something that I used to eat all the time in the 90s.
Yeah.
So did Cam, so did Krager, so did Joe, right? But you never had these.
I have never had them before in my life. I ate lots of 90s snacks, like the fruit roll-ups and Gushers, like
Gushers
all
were a
the
big
things.
one. Do you have Kudos?
No, we talked about that one before.
No Kudos. What about the shark gummy snacks, like the really colorful shark bites? Those were cool.
But I never had these.
Never had Dunkaroos.
I'm excited to.
So from the kind of the joke is we all remember Dunkaroos in the 90s like the awesome thing, right? But in reality, I think it's a very bland cookie with very bland frosting.
Not if there's rainbow sprinkles.
I mean, the rainbow sprinkles really are bringing a lot to the table here.
Right.
So I thought, this would be fun to grab this and give it a shot to try again. Your first time ever.
Yeah, my first time.
Bailey, our dog, is so ready.
Yeah, she much
She literally
wants.
is staring me right in the face, sniffing.
She's like front and
she
center,
can
Dad.
smell it.
Front
Okay.
and center.
So what I remember is you have two compartments here. You have the bigger compartment, which is the cookie, and you have the littler compartment, which is the frosting.
Do you remember there was like little cracker sticks and you dip them in the cheese? Is this not the same thing?
Same thing. Those were Ritz. They were called Handy Snacks. And it was either peanut butter or cheese, and then it came with Ritz crackers and a little red tab.
I remember that, and you could spread it.
These are exactly the same thing.
But dessert version. Because in the 90s,
dessert
the cheese
was snack.
Was a healthy snack.
Cheese was healthy, yes, exactly. So let's give this a shot here. See if I can open this with...
Bailey's about to be really happy.
Yeah,
Here,
I'm going to have to put my mic down.
And you keep talking.
Okay, so... I'm expecting it to be pretty bland, but maybe we're going to shock ourselves because we were actually pleasantly surprised. We had Lunchables before. Oh, I don't remember them being... Okay, they're like small circular crackers.
My first reaction is this is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, that does not look like good frosting at all.
Also, it says vanilla on the side. Like, there's other flavors.
What do you mean? There's chocolate frosting.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Dunkaroos were just Dunkaroos.
No, it's vanilla and vanilla.
Different kinds.
It's vanilla. No. This is Dunkaroos.
No, I know, but I thought Dunkaroos was just the vanilla.
We're having to play keep away with Bailey right now. So
okay,
here,
you do that.
I'm gonna dip one.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
And then here, I'll hold this.
You just eat that.
I try it first. Okay. Oh, I just got it on my nose. Okay. My depth perception not good. All right.
Yeah. How is it? Initial reaction, first thoughts.
Actually, it's not as bland as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
The frosting's actually pretty good.
Really?
For how gross it looks.
It looks disgusting.
It looks disgusting, but the frosting actually tastes really good. The cookie, hang on, I want to try a cookie without the frosting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the cookie has no taste. And look, the cookies are so cool. They have little D's on them for Dunker.
Or Jordan Daniel.
Mm-hmm. No, The cookie literally has no taste whatsoever.
So it's pretty much just a utensil to use
exactly
the
frosting consumption vessel
in your mouth.
That's it.
Which were you ever the person? One. I don't really want to eat.
You don't want to try it at all?
It kind of like is grossing me out.
That's fine. I'll have more.
Did you ever were you ever the person that would just spray whipped cream in your mouth?
Oh no.
I was never that person. I'm not a huge fan of kind of crappy frosting. It needs to be a really rich, decadent frosting for me to like it.
Well, here's the thing. So I get why this is a Betty Crocker product, because Betty Crocker makes all the frostings, right? Like the canned frostings that everyone gets. And to be honest, I've never been a fan of those frostings either.
No, I don't like them.
I had a friend who would literally just take a spoon and eat it out of the can. And he would finish one can in a sitting. It was ridiculous.
Never.
To be honest, my second dip, not digging it as much as the first dip.
Yeah. I think nostalgia
the frosting is
you.
really kind of just not great consistency at all.
Did it wreck your childhood?
Yeah, I feel like this kind of wrecks it for me, because I remember Dunkaroos being the end all. If you had Dunkaroos, you were like, oh, it's going to be a good day. Where I am not digging this. I'm probably going to call it a 2 and not finish this guy.
Yeah. I think you meant call it a 2 out of 10.
No, I'm just going to call it after eating 2.
Okay, I see.
Because these are not the best thing ever. I would give it maybe here's the thing. Taste-wise, 2 out of 10. Nostalgia-wise, fun-wise, 4 out of 10. It gets 2 extra points.
Right.
These are not great. I get why they probably fell off the bandwagon, because once all of us 90 kids grew up enough to have a brain cell or two to figure out tastes.
At the time, we were thinking Go-Gurt and stuff was good.
Yeah.
I feel like our taste buds had just not evolved.
Oh, Bailey wants it. You can't have it, though.
Oh,
man. Nope. Don't even think about it. Don't even try to jump. Hey, come over here. So, that's kind of a disappointment. I was expecting it, though, because the whole joke is oh, what were we thinking as kids? This isn't actually that good. I would much rather.
The biggest part of the food group was grains, like bread, and
pasta.
Fruit was up at the top with desserts.
Yeah, so I just feel not the best. Kind of a disappointment, but I had to try it. When I saw it on the store shelf, I think it was $1.
Yeah, it wasn't very much.
Not very expensive, but I mean, Bailey, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, kid.
Well, no, aren't you
really
listening to our reviews?
You got to listen to us. So that's Dunkaroos. I wish I had more to say.
Yeah, it's a short episode.
It's a short episode, Wreck My Taste Buds. I will say we're going to have, this is going to be a whole 90s night, right? We're having Hamburger Helper for dinner. Because we bought that months ago with the intention of doing a Wreck My Taste Buds, but we're also we have some vegan burger patties, and we're what can we eat this with? And we're hey, there's Hamburger Helper in the back.
We're going to make it a 90s night.
So it's a 90s night. We had some crappy Dunkaroos. We should go
get some Jones soda.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of, I'm going to give everyone a little bit of a tidbit here. If you're a fan of weird sodas, if you're a fan of cool beers, if you're a fan of weird snacks, one place you wouldn't think to go, World Market.
Yeah.
So World Market is what would you say? It's like a Kirkland or a Restoration Hardware. It's like a furniture store for the most part. Some of it, like a Home Goods almost, like a fancier Home Goods, right? But then in the back, it's mostly tables and chairs and lighting and all this, and then when you go in the back, there's a whole section of food, and it's Asian foods that you can't find other places, kind of weird foods, weird chocolates and stuff like that. And then you go to even the further back to almost where the employees are only allowed, and they have a bunch of different Jones soda packs and different sodas, and then a small little beer wall, which I don't know if in California it's the same way, because we never went in California, but here in Texas, some bangers. There were we bought a few of them.
Yeah.
Super good beers there.
Yeah.
Also, one of our favorite ciders, Rekorderling.
Yeah,
which is a Finnish or a Swedish cider. Sell them there. Every version. Pear, apple, whatever that other weird one was. There was a weird fruit.
Yeah,
I think there was a grape version. So shocking that this furniture store has some of the coolest beers around. There's a little tidbit. If you want cool beers or sodas, go check out World Market.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, we're going to stop this because Bailey is just being a little bit of a butthead right now. So what can you do? All right. We'll talk to you all the next time we decide to find something that's going to ruin our childhood or be weird to eat.
Yes. Love it.
Bye.
I like food, food tastes good. I like food, food tastes good. Juicy burger, juicy fight. Too late, David Robert's time. Teenage girl with type of two. Got my way or I'll eat too. I like food, food tastes good. I like food, food tastes good. Girls who's dying back and eating. I like food, food tastes good. I like food, food tastes good.